Hi everyone. Today's a hard day for my family, so I kind of wanted to give a story instead of all the videos of people being silent. I want my voice to be heard. I want my brother's voice to be heard and what happened to him. This is the story of Sergeant Dustin Perry. He's my brother. It's not just my story, but the story of my entire family, my aunts, my uncles, my brothers, my sister, my mother, his father. It's a hard story to tell, but I'm going to tell it for you. In 2007, Dustin married his wife and joined the United States Army. Dustin was immediately deployed to North Korea first, then also later to 2 different deployments to Afghanistan. The last deployment to Afghanistan was the one that changed him. In 2013, he started having horrible flashbacks, night terrors, and screaming because he thought he was still overseas in war. His wife called his friends instead of her doing anything about it, and she left him home alone that night to deal with it by himself. In 2013, he threatened suicide by holding a knife to his throat in Tennessee. A dear friend saved his life, thankfully. Thank you. They spoke to his wife and told her she needed to get him help. In 2014, they moved back home to Florida. We were all so excited to have Dustin back home and close by. August 24th, 2014, Dustin was here at my house for my baby shower. He was laughing, joking around, and smiling. He seemed extremely happy to everybody around. This is a picture of him at the baby shower. It was the second time I'd seen my brother since New Year's 2009. I loved having my big brother back home and safe from all the gunfire he encountered overseas in war, so I thought. Except our family knew nothing about the war he was fighting in his own head, the demons that lingered, taunting and torturing him day in and day out. His wife failed to tell us of any of the previous suicide attempts and suicide threats. On September 11, 2014, he sat parked in his truck next to the woods in their subdivision in Zephyrhills with a loaded gun. Dustin sent a text to his wife stating he's sorry, but she'd be better off without him. Eventually, he decided that day that that was not going to be the day that the demons won. He was going to fight through it, and he fought on. Only a couple more days, though. On September 14th, 2014, at 5:46 a.m., my phone rang and woke me up. I answered with this horrible gut feeling, the call that no sibling or mother ever wants to get or hear. Dustin took his own life in Applebee's parking lot in Wesley Chapel. He didn't suffer, according to reports. He succumbed to his gunshot injuries immediately. His demons were gone, but so was he. I fell to my knees, screaming and crying that morning. I lost my best friend, my big brother, my shoulder to always lean on. My brother lost his best friend. My mother lost her son. The only thing I could think was my mom. She was going to have to bury her son, something no parent should have to do, and a pain no parent should ever have to endure. We're not supposed to bury our kids. It's supposed to be the other way around. I later found out all of the previous suicide attempts and threats from his wife when I sat in her living room and asked her why her or no one in her family who was aware of what had been going on with him had done anything about it since her and her mom were nurses. I was curious why nobody had done anything. Her mom's answer to me was, I told her if he was truly suicidal, he would have already done it. She never even tried to save him, not once. Let's be clear, this isn't to bash her as his wife for her actions, but rather to teach spouses, if you don't feel you can do anything or are too afraid to do anything, please call for help. Call a relative of your significant other. Give someone else a chance to save his or her life. Please don't take suicide threats lightly, and don't just do nothing. Go to friends or family. Chances are someone can and will most definitely help with the situation. Now I visit my brother here. This is where I visited him today. Today marks 1 year since the tragic phone call that changed all of our lives forever. The impact isn't short-lived. It doesn't go away. It'll last a lifetime. Please remember, it's never too late to get help. Help is out there, so please seek help for yourself because you are worth it. Veterans Crisis Line, their phone number is 1-800-273-8255, and you press 1. Some helpful Facebook pages also that I have found since he passed away are PTSD and TBI Break the Silence, Breaking the Cycle, PTSD Awareness, Military with PTSD, Battling PTSD Together, and PTSD Break the Silence. I will also list those in the status above the video for everybody in case you didn't get a chance to hear it all. PTSD also isn't only military related. It affects military, civilians, law enforcement officers, EMTs, firefighters, etc. The list goes on. This can happen to anyone, so please be aware of the symptoms. Together, we can get rid of the stigma behind PTSD and break this vicious cycle. 22 veterans a day is 22 too many. Don't be a statistic. Reach out and get help because somebody loves you and somebody needs you. Have a good day, and I hope this helps at least one person. Love you.